As a 22-year-old, these are the 22 lessons life has taught me. So now, before anyone says you're only 22, what do you know about life? Exactly. I'm only 22. I don't have life figured out. I don't have all the answers, but I do have 22 years of experiences, mistakes, overthinking, heartbreak, friendship, embarrassing moments, and realizations. Some of these lessons I learned the easy way, and most of them I learned the hard way. So, if even one of these helps you, then I think it's worth sharing. So, let's get started. Rejection isn't always personal. Imagine you tell someone you like them. They smile and say, I think you're a really nice person, but I don't see us that way. And your brain immediately goes, so I'm not attractive enough. I'm not interesting enough. I'm not enough. But think about it. Have you ever met someone, and he's genuinely a nice person and you still thought, I don't think we'd work as a couple? It didn't mean there was anything wrong with that guy. He just wasn't your person. Same applies to you. Sometimes people reject you because you're not compatible. Sometimes the timing is wrong, and sometimes they simply want something different. So, not every rejection is a reflection of your worth. Sometimes it's just a redirection towards people who will choose you willingly. Stop asking what would they do. I used to do this all the time. I'd watch confident girls online and think, if she were in my situation, would she text first? Would she wait? Would she play hard to get? Then one day I realized something. She's not the one who has to live with the outcome. I am. So instead of asking what would she do, I started asking, what do I want? If I genuinely want to text first, I'll text first. If I want to start a conversation, I'll do it. I'd rather make decisions that feel true to me than spend my life acting like somebody else's version of confidence. Communication really is the key. And I know it sounds like the most overused advice ever. I used to roll my eyes whenever someone said it. Then I experienced it. So there was a guy I was talking to, and he did something that made me think he's hiding me. He doesn't really want to talk to me. That's what I was thinking. So within a few hours, I had written an entire movie in my head. Then I finally told him how I felt. And do you know what happened? He listened. He understood. He understood why I felt that way. He explained what he actually meant. And because he knew it made me overthink, he changed that behavior. One conversation solved what 100 assumptions never could. Sometimes we suffer more from the stories we create than from reality itself. Kindness doesn't mean accepting disrespect. Have you ever noticed this? Someone replies to your text after 18 hours. The second they text you, you're replying before even the notification disappears. Even like someone cancels plans with you 3 times and you still rearrange your schedule every time they ask. Being kind is beautiful. Being available 24/7 while someone puts in zero efforts isn't. I'm not saying become rude. I'm just saying stop rewarding inconsistency. Like, people learn how to treat you from what you continue to tolerate. Be careful whose opinion you choose to believe. Let's say you spend 3 hours doing your makeup and one person says, oh my God, I love it. Another person says, you look better without it. Whose opinion do you remember all day? Usually the negative one. Not all criticism deserves equal importance. Constructive criticism helps you improve. Destructive criticism slowly makes you doubt yourself. So before accepting someone's opinion, ask yourself, is this person trying to help me grow, or are they just trying to make me feel smaller? Because not everyone deserves a seat at the table where your confidence is being built. Your life should revolve around you. For a long time, my mood depended on everyone else. Were they okay? Were they upset? Did I disappoint them? Did they text me back? One day I realized something. Everyone else is already the main character in their own life. So why wasn't I the main character in my life? Putting yourself first doesn't mean you love other people less. It means you finally stop treating yourself like the side character. And if someone gets upset because your world no longer revolves around them, then it's high time you ask yourself, who benefited when your needs always came last? Not everyone can celebrate your happiness. Have you ever noticed how easy it is for people to listen when you're going through a hard time? Like, I failed my exam, my relationship ended, I'm having a bad week. Everyone gathers around. But then you say, I got my dream opportunity. I'm finally happy. Oh my God, he treats me so well. And suddenly the energy changes. Not everyone who loves you can celebrate you. Sometimes your success reminds people of what they wish they had. That doesn't automatically make them bad people. It does mean you should be careful about who gets access to your happiest moments. Some people are meant to know your struggles. Not everyone is meant to know your dreams before they become reality. Sometimes silence is better than an announcement. I used to get so excited about my plans that I'll tell everyone, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to learn this. I'm going to do that. And then suddenly the excitement disappeared. Maybe people doubted me. Maybe they unintentionally discouraged me. Or maybe talking about it made me feel like I had already accomplished something. Now I have a different rule. Work quietly. Let people hear about it when it's real. There's something satisfying about people saying, wait, when did you do all this? Instead of, so, what happened to the thing you were talking about? Sometimes the best response is your results. Don't let loneliness trick you into going backwards. Have you ever deleted someone's number only to stare at your phone 2 weeks later thinking, maybe I should text them? Not because they changed, not because the relationship became healthy, simply because you felt lonely. Loneliness has a funny way of making familiar pain look comfortable. So you start remembering the good memories, your brain conveniently forgets why you left in the first place. If you escaped something that constantly hurt you, don't let one lonely evening convince you to go back. Missing someone always doesn't mean they were good for you. Sometimes it just means you're human, and it's okay. Don't let fear finish the story. You send someone a message, an hour passes, nothing. 3 hours, nothing. Now your brain becomes a professional screenwriter. They are ignoring me. They have lost interest. I knew this would happen. And the next morning they reply, sorry, I was at the hospital with my mom, or my phone died, or something came up. So see what happened? Reality wasn't painful. The story your fear created was. Not every unanswered question needs an answer from your imagination. Sometimes it just needs patience. Nothing lasts forever. I think this lesson gives me the most hope because it works both ways. If life is amazing right now, enjoy it. Be grateful because every season changes. But if life feels unfair, right, if you're exhausted, if nothing seems to be going your way, please remember this too shall pass. The worst chapter of your life isn't the entire book. You won't always feel like this. One day you wake up and realize that life became lighter without you even noticing. Sometimes you meet the opposite before you become what you want. I always found this interesting. So let's just say if you want to become calm, then life would first introduce you to chaos. If you want confidence, you'll probably spend some time feeling insecure. If you want patience, life somehow sends you the slowest people imaginable. It's frustrating, but maybe that's how growth works. How can you learn patience if nothing ever tested? How can you appreciate peace if you have never experienced chaos? Sometimes life isn't punishing you, it's preparing you. Your mindset matters more than you think. Imagine two people fail the same interview. One says, I'm never going to be successful. The other says, I wasn't ready this time, so I'll prepare better next time. Same situation, completely different future. Your mindset doesn't magically remove problems, but it changes how you walk through them. Like whenever life gets difficult, I remind myself that this is not where my story ends. It's just a pit stop. And pit stops are meant to help you continue the journey, not end it. Sometimes people aren't ignoring you. They are just living their lives. This one humbled me. If a friend didn't reply for a day, I'd immediately think that they're either upset with me or they don't like me anymore, or maybe I'm not their priority anymore. And then I started asking myself, what if this has nothing to do with me? You know, maybe they are overwhelmed, maybe they are studying, maybe they are spending time with their family. Or maybe they saw the message, they got distracted and forgot to reply. Not everything is personal. Haven't we all done that at least once when we forgot to text someone back? Being considerate doesn't mean making excuses for people forever. It simply means that I'm not assuming the worst before I know the truth. Not everything. So before reacting, first, everything is cringe until it works. It's funny how this works. Like, start posting videos. That's so cringe. Wear bold makeup. Who does she think she is? Start a small business. What if nobody buys? People love calling things embarrassing until those same things become successful. Then suddenly it's, wow, I've always believed in you. Or my favorite, can you tell me how you did it? It's funny how success changes people's opinions. So, if something genuinely makes you happy, don't stop because someone else feels secondhand embarrassment. Remember, it's your life, not theirs. And if they feel embarrassment for something that you're doing in your life using your resources, then that says something about them, not about you. If you can't make someone's day better, at least don't make it worse. You never really know what someone is carrying. The cashier who forgot to smile, the classmate who seems distracted, the friend who's suddenly quiet. Sometimes people are fighting battles you'll never hear about. Being kind costs nothing, and sometimes a compliment, a smile, or simply choosing not to say something hurtful can change someone's entire day. We don't always remember what people said, but we almost always remember how they made us feel. Encourage people more. I don't know why, but we have made it so normal to laugh at people's dreams. I mean, if someone says, I want to start a YouTube channel, someone immediately replies, so you're trying to become famous? Another person says, I've started going to gym, and someone else laughs. I mean, why are we doing this? Encouragement is free. Imagine how different the world would be if instead of saying that will never work out, we say, I hope it does. You don't lose anything by believing in someone. You are not responsible for fixing everyone. This one took me a long time to learn. You can explain, you can support, you can warn someone. You can tell them, I don't think this is good for you, but after that, the decision is theirs. Sometimes people don't need another solution. They need another life lesson. And unfortunately, some lessons can only be learned by living through them. Don't carry guilt for choices that were never yours to make. Stop waiting for special occasions to enjoy your life. We save everything. I'll wear this outfit when there's a special event. I'll watch that movie when I have time. I'll buy those flowers later. But what if today is the special occasion? Some of my happiest moments were at vacations. They were watching my comfort movie for the 10th time, listening to music while getting ready, laughing over something completely stupid. Life isn't only made of milestones, it's made of ordinary Tuesdays too. Don't forget to enjoy them. Appreciate people while they are still here. It's so easy to assume people will always be around. Your parents, your siblings, your friends, the person who always checks on you until one day life changes. Sometimes all people want is to feel appreciated. So tell them. Thank your parents. Tell your friends you appreciate them. Message someone and let them know that they matter. Love feels a lot more meaningful when it's expressed instead of assumed. You can always start again. I used to think if I broke my routine, that was it. If I missed one workout, I might as well skip the entire week. If I didn't study for one day, the entire plan was ruined. But life is not all or nothing game. One bad day doesn't erase 10 good ones. Progress isn't about being perfect. It's about getting back up again and again and again. As long as you keep showing up, you're still moving forward. And lesson number 22, stay in your lane. This is probably the hardest lesson I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I haven't learned my lesson yet. At 22, it's so easy to compare yourself. Someone already has their dream job. Someone is already getting married. Someone has a successful business. Someone is traveling the world. And then you look at your own life and think, I'm behind. But behind who? There isn't one timeline that everyone has to follow. Some people bloom at 18, some at 25, some at 40. So your job is not to race someone else's journey. It's to keep walking your own. Because if you spend your whole life looking at someone else's lane, you'll miss the beauty of your own. So these are the 22 lessons life taught me by the age of 22. So maybe when I'm 30, I'll disagree with some of them. Maybe I'll learn another 30 lessons, but these are the ones that helped me become the person I am today. And if even one of these lessons stayed with you, then I'm really glad. Then I'm really glad that I shared them with you. So that is it for today's video, and let me know what do you think about this one. And we'll meet next time. Bye bye.